So let's begin with the 12th standard syllabus with the chapter number 1, Advanced Web Publishing. Now we are going to learn the first topic, that is input type controls. Now here there are certain types of controls which we have already learned in 11th standard. So in that we use the text, radio button, checkboxes, submit button, reset button, select, which is used to insert the city, country or state, then the text area, which is used for multi-line text boxes. These controls are used to collect the different kinds of user inputs such as contact details like name, address, single or multiple options from group of options, as well as clearing and submitting the data. Now HTML5 has introduced additional form controls which can also be used for validation purpose. Now let's see it one by one. Now here the list is given for the input type and the description. The first input control is the color, which is used to define a color picker. So different color options are provided to you, from which color you like that you can pick. Now for example, for this label for is equal to, in double quotation it is given, FAVCOLOR, that is favorite color. Select your favorite color and then close it with slash label. Now this label tag is newly introduced in our syllabus, which is used to give the field description. In previous year, last year, we have directly given the username and password or roll number or customer name as fields. But now here a new tag is introduced, that is a label. Second line, input type is equal to color, ID is equal to favorite color. Now here the same name is given which you mention in the label tag. Name, you know, the name is equal to favorite color, and value is given in the hash and 6 times 0. So this value is a format for the hexadecimal number. Now at last a link I have provided to know all the hexadecimal values from which you want that you can give. Now here ID attribute is used to identify the HTML element quickly where the same name is mentioned. Then second is input type is equal to number, which defines a field for entering a number value. Now here for example, the label for quantity, the quantity is between 1 to 5, suppose you want to enter, then close it with slash label. Input type is equal to number. Now here see again, ID is equal to quantity which is mentioned in the label. Name is equal to quantity. Now new two attributes I have given, that is minimum is equal to 1 and maximum is equal to 5. That is minimum number is 1 and maximum number is 5. That quantity I want between 1 to 5. So minimum value is 1 and maximum is 5. So minimum and maximum are used to define the minimum and maximum value of number. So first we have learned input type equal to color, and second we have learned input type is equal to number. Now the next one. Input type is equal to URL, which defines a field for entering a URL. Now URL, you know, that is Uniform Resource Locator. So here this is also known as a web address which starts with http colon double backslash www, which is World Wide Web dot a domain name, for example google.co.in. So www.google.co.in is known as a URL. Now for example, label for home page. So add your home page and then close it with slash label. Input type is equal to URL. Again ID is equal to home page and name is equal to home page. So here a same text box will appear where you are going to enter the URL of your website. Next is input type is equal to image, which defines an image as a submit button. That means as you click on the particular image, then it will appear as a submit button. Now for example, input type equal to image, SRC attribute is the source attribute where you have to insert the source of the file with its complete location, that is folder name, then file name, dot extension. Alternate attribute is used to display the alternate text, and height and width are used to set the height and width. So here we have seen directly the image tag, which is used to insert the image in the browser. So here input type is equal to image. This is a new control they have introduced. Next one is input type is equal to date. Defines a date picker with the year, month and day. Now always you know the date is in the format of day, month and year. So same way a picker will show to you, it will provide to you to select a particular date. For example, label for birthday. So here my field name is birthday and then close it with slash label. Input type is equal to date, ID is equal to birthday and name is equal to birthday. So here on the right hand side of the text box, a date picker will come from which you can select the date, month and the year. Now next control is input type is equal to email. Now defines a field for an email address. Now everybody you know the email ID. So always with a particular social networking site like Google or Yahoo, your email ID is created. So here example is label for email. Enter your email and slash label. So input type is equal to email, ID is equal to email and name is equal to email. Here a text box will be provided to you with an underscore sign. Next type is input type is equal to month. Defines a month and year control in the format that is YYYY-MM, that is 4 digits of year and 2 digits of month. So label for birthday month, birthday and slash label. So here input type equal to month, ID is equal to birthday month and name is equal to birthday month. So here compulsorily you have to enter the format in the form of YYYY, that is year and month. Next one is input type is equal to range, which defines a range control. The default range is from 0 to 100. So here suppose you want to measure the volume between 0 to 50. So here I used label for volume, volume between 0 to 50 and slash label. Input type is equal to range, ID is equal to volume, name is equal to volume. Again we use minimum and maximum values, that is 0 is the minimum value and 50 is the maximum value. Now let's move to the next one, that is input type is equal to date time dash local. Defines a date picker that includes the year, month, day and time. For example, a label for birthday time, birthday, date and time, that is slash label. Input type is equal to date time dash local, ID birthday time and name is equal to birthday time. So here you can define or you can pick a date, year, month and the time from the given picker. Next one is input type is equal to time, which defines a control for entering a time which is in the form of hours, minutes and seconds. So here again label for appointment, select a time slash label. Input type is equal to time, ID is equal to appointment, name is equal to APPT, that is appointment. Next one is input type is equal to week, which defines a week and a year control. So here you will get a week as well as a year. So label for week, select a week slash label. Input type is equal to week, ID is equal to week and name is equal to week. Let's move to the next one, that is input type is equal to search. So defines a text field for entering a search string like a site search or a Google search. So here it will display the same text box, that is label for gsearch, search Google slash label. Input type, the control name is search, ID is gsearch and the name is also gsearch. Then input type is equal to file, defines a file, select field and a browse button for file uploads. Now this we have seen in the last year. So here the browse button or upload option or search option will come. When you click on it, then directly it will open your files. Whichever file you want to upload, that you can select over there. So here label for my file, select a file and slash label. Input type is equal to file, ID is equal to my file and name is equal to my file. Here your option or choose file option will get selected. And the last control is input type is equal to tel, that is a telephone number, used to define the input field that should contain a telephone number. Now here, when you want to define a telephone number, then always you have to use a pattern attribute. Now let's see how it is used in the following example. So label for phone, enter your phone number slash label. Input type is equal to tel, ID is equal to phone, name is equal to phone, and pattern. Now see how the pattern is given. In square bracket 0 dash 9 square bracket complete. In curly bracket 3 again dash, again in square bracket 0 to 9, then curly bracket 2 dash, again in square bracket 0 to 9 and curly bracket 3 bracket complete. Now whatever given in the curly bracket, that is the number of digits you are going to enter, and whatever is given in the square bracket, that is you can select the numbers from 0 to 9. Now for example, if I want to enter a telephone from Pune, so I will enter the first as 020, that is 3 digits, dash 26 2 digits, dash 537 3 digits. So my number is 020 dash 26 dash 357. So like that you can enter the pattern attribute. Now the next we will see the example for all these types of controls. Now you know always your HTML program starts with doc type HTML, HTML head title. This is a practice program, so slash title slash head. Then I have given body, bg color is equal to pink. Then always you have to use form method is equal to post, because post method is used to submit the information. Now here I have used username, input type is equal to text. Now see the placeholder is equal to enter username here. Placeholder tells you what you want to enter in the text box. So here, so the user will understand what kind of information is entered in the text box. So here username is entered, size is equal to 20, and autofocus is autofocus min. That means always the cursor should be in the text box. Next is input type is image. Then the source I have given a complete source with the complete location, file name and extension. Alternate text, height is equal to 200 and width is equal to 200. BR is used to break the line, that is next sentence, next tag will come on the new line. Next one, label for favorite color. So select your favorite color and slash label. Input type is equal to color, ID is equal to favorite color, name is equal to favorite color, and value is mentioned in the hexadecimal form. Next, I use the search control, where again the label is given, that is search Google, and the input type is mentioned as a search. After this, the next one is label for phone. Enter your phone number, that is slash label. So here input type is telephone and the pattern, same pattern which I have mentioned, that is given. Next one, the time control I used, that is label for appointment, select a time slash label. Input type is equal to time, ID is equal to APPT, and name is equal to APPT. Next one is URL. So label for home page, add your home page and slash label. Input type is URL, ID is equal to home page and name is equal to home page. Next one is label for week. Select a week, where week shows you the year and the month. So it shows you the week. So input type is equal to week, ID is equal to week and name is equal to week. Then the range, that is minimum range is 0 and maximum is 100. So here to set the volume between 0 to 50, minimum value is mentioned 0 and maximum is 50 and the type as range. For entering the number value, so here now see label for quantity, quantity slash label, input type is equal to number, ID is equal to quantity, name is equal to quantity, minimum is 0 and maximum is 100. Here the step value is mentioned, which defines the number is incremented by 10, and the by default value which is displayed in the text box is 30. Next one is input type is equal to again number. So here the quantity is mentioned, minimum number is mentioned and the maximum number is mentioned. Next one is label for birthday month. So here I used the input type as month, where the month is defined. Next is label for email, where the email ID you have to mention. Next one is input type is date time dash local, where it displays the year, month, type and time. All the fields are displayed. Next one is input type is date. So here the date is mentioned. Then if you want to upload a file, so label for my file, select a file and slash label. Input type is equal to file, ID is equal to my file and name is equal to my file. Then close it with slash form, slash body and slash HTML. But note, when you type the code, then always you have to type it in the notepad. Save the file by controls.html and run always in Google Chrome to see the output, because in Internet Explorer the output is not displayed properly. So when you right click and open with, so always open it with Google Chrome. Now here this is the output. Just go through the output. The first is given as username, so enter the username here. This is a placeholder. Then image is given, then color control is introduced, search control is introduced, phone number, that is number, is introduced with a pattern, time is introduced, URL is introduced, in select a week control is introduced, volume between 0 to 50, range is introduced, quantity, a number is introduced, again quantity between 1 to 5, a number is introduced, birthday, month and year, a month is introduced, enter your email, email is introduced, birthday, date and time, date time dash local is introduced, birthday, so here date is introduced, and select a file, that is the file control is introduced. So this way the output is displayed in your Google Chrome. Now see the next example. So here you can use the different attributes in the input tag as per the control. So here disabled specifies that an input field should be disabled. Maximum and minimum we have seen, which gives you the maximum and minimum value. Pattern, we have seen a regular expression to check the input output. Read only specifies that an input field is read only. Placeholder acts as a temporary label showing the purpose of a text field without requiring a label tag. Required, if you want the field is required, so you can write required. Autocomplete, automatically it will complete your form input field. Autofocus specifies the input field should automatically get focus when the page loads. Height and width, that is always used in case of image. And multiple specifies that the user is allowed to enter more than one value in the input element. This works with input type like email and a file. Now example number 2. So here just go through the example. So here doc type HTML, head title, forms in HTML5 slash title slash head body. A text control is given with the autocomplete. Then the date of inception is given with the control type date. Time is given with the time control. Number of years completed given with the control type number, where minimum and maximum numbers are given. Office phone number is given in the type telephone TEL, and the pattern is also introduced. Always remember, in curly bracket whatever number is given, that is your number of digits. Then URL is mentioned, that is input type is URL and input type is image. So here image will come. Then the output is closed with slash form, slash body and slash HTML. Save this and run it in the Google Chrome. Definitely you will get the output in the next form, that is see the output, name, email, date of inception, office time, number of years completed between 1 to 100, office phone number and add your home page. Last one is given as a submit button. Okay, now do it yourself. Use multiple attribute in input tag. use pattern attribute in input and see the output, use placeholder attribute in text control, use autocomplete attribute, and make a use of step value, that is value incremented by a specific number. So just go through all this, practice it properly, and if you have any doubt, ask me, no problem. Now here, link for all the color codes in hexadecimal form. So https://www.colors/colors_names.asp. Directly open your Google Chrome, copy this link or type this link, and you will get all the color names in the hexadecimal form. Hope so you have understood all the input type controls which are newly introduced in your syllabus. Just we will do the practice and we will be perfect in this. Thank you.